with Gemini and Google Docs.
Shalom Yasharala, peace Israel, Kal Halayim La, Allahayanawa, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash, double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone, peace and blessings to the house of David the elect, beginning with the 144,000. Welcome to another update of the MOTB, is the CHIP. Okay, and in this episode here, we're going to be talking about a man that recently performed surgery on himself. He recently put the charagma in his own brain, okay? And it was later removed. All right. Which this just goes to show us that you have some people willing to go that far to have this technology, you know? Because this technology does have a form of power. Okay? You know, this man, he was seeking to basically control his dreams, take control of his dreams, you know? Which, you know, this is still pretty interesting for what it is. All right? But on another note, we have something that that goes a little further than that. And that's this information here. Okay? You know, we're pretty much speaking about two incidents in this video. You have the one incident where you had a man from Russia, you know, a Russian national. He performed surgery on himself to put the charagma in his head to control his dreams, you know. But you also have this incident here. Now it says, first Neuralink patient with ALS can now use AI to have conversations. All right. So we're going to be speaking about both of these incidents. You know, now the first one, the video that we just watched basically explained that. It explained that situation. But this here, all right, just give me a second. See if I can scroll on my screen. There we go. This incident here, let's read this again. First Neuralink patient with ALS, which this would technically be the third Neuralink patient, but it's the first Neuralink patient with ALS, can now use AI to have conversations. All right. And this is recently put up. It says published April 28th, 2025. Now let's get into it. The first patient with ALS to receive a Neuralink brain transplant has demonstrated his new ability to communicate with only his mind. And people will take this to say that this man has, you know, a form of telepathy. All right. But he's communicating by way of this charagma. Bradford Smith, who was the third human to receive the transplant in history, said on X, formerly Twitter, that he was able to type with my brain. You know, he was able to type with his brain after being rendered largely immobile and nonverbal by the motor neuron disease, ALS. Why it matters. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as ALS, is a motor neuron disease that causes a loss of muscle control and speech, often confining patients to a wheelchair. The development of Elon Musk-owned Neuralink, which began human testing in 2024, is a significant breakthrough in treating the disease, as it appears capable of restoring communication for those who are unable to speak. And this person is the third to have this technology. And he's definitely not the last, because the more miracles are performed because a person being able to communicate with their mind, but they cannot verbally speak, that's a miracle. All right? It's a miracle by way of this technology. The more that's seen in this world, the more you're going to have people to opt to take it. You know? They're going to be willing to get this technology. What to know? In a video uploaded to his X account on Monday, Smith said he was the third person in the world to receive the Neuralink brain implant. I'm also known as the first with ALS and the first nonverbal, which means that I rely on it for all communication, he said. Right, so, this is good marketing for this technology. This is a good way of them promoting this technology because of, all of the abilities that this man lost. Okay? He's not able to speak. He's not able to move his limbs. All right? He's confined to a wheelchair. But by way of this technology, he can speak with his mind. Speak by way of AI. Now let's read this right here, and then I'm going to play the video. All right. Which, before I play the video, I'm going to read a scripture. Okay. And that's going to be it for this video. Be it for this lesson. And I pray this was edifying. This thing is far more closer than we think. All right. Now, this is what he said on his X account. Bradford G. Smith, Brad, at AL Skyborg. Now it says, I am the third person in the world to receive the Neuralink brain implant. First with ALS, first nonverbal. I am typing this with my brain. It is my primary communication. Ask me anything, I will answer at least all verified users. Thank you, at Elon Musk. Right. Which so far that has 70,000 or 70.6 thousand likes and counting. 6.6 thousand replies. Okay. This is very interesting, man. Very soon, this will be made mandatory, according to the scriptures. Now, let's get the scriptures. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3 in the New Living Translation, which this will be on the right side of the page. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, NLT. This vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. And we're looking at it as it's coming to fruition. We're watching it manifest, all right? We are watching it manifest. It's here. Okay? And here's another article, basically going to the same information. All right, this is on Daily Mail. Neuralink's third brain implant patient regains speech with help from Elon Musk's AI bot. There you go. So I pray this has been edifying. This thing is here, man. It is here. Okay, you're going to see more and more people opting to get this. Okay? Before it's made mandatory. So with that, I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah HaKodash, double honor to our elder apostles, elder bishops, great millstone. Peace and blessing to the house of David the elect. Do not take the mark. Do not take the charagma. I'm going to play this video. For right now, I'm going to say Shalom.
Hi, I am Brad Smith. I'm the third person in the world to receive the Neuralink brain implant. I'm also the first person with ALS and the first nonverbal, which means that I rely on it for all communication. I am making this video using the brain-computer interface to control the mouse on my MacBook Pro. This is the first video edited with the Neuralink, and maybe the first edited with a BCI. This is my old voice narrating this video, cloned by AI from recordings before I lost my voice. I want to explain how Neuralink has impacted my life and give you an overview of how it works. I have ALS, a really weird disease that kills the motor neurons that control my muscles, but not affecting my mind.